it is my pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon's concert. Without further ado, please welcome our talented artistic director and conductor, Barbara Rubenstein. Last season, we joined musical organizations around the world in showing our compassion for the suffering and senseless loss of life in the country of Ukraine by performing their national anthem. Sadly, in the past few months, we have been devastated by the terrorist attacks occurring in Israel. And so now we also play Israel's national anthem, Hatikva. From the words of the famous conductor Leonard Bernstein, and I quote, "This will be our reply to violence, to make music more intensely, more beautifully, more devotedly than ever before." Please rise as we play the national anthems of Ukraine, Israel, and then join us in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. concert is titled Chicken Soup and Licorice Sticks and is being dedicated in memory of one of our former clarinetists and section leaders, Milt Korn, who passed away this past year and who would have absolutely loved today's musical program, in which we present music by Jewish composers, that's the Chicken Soup, and music that highlights our clarinet section, that's the Licorice Sticks. Okay, Irving Berlin was an American composer and lyricist, widely considered one of the greatest songwriters in American history. Born in Imperial Russia in 1888, Berlin arrived in the United States at the age of 5. He had his first major international hit, Alexander's Ragtime Band, in 1911 at the age of 23. Initially, the song was not recognized as a hit when Broadway producer Jesse Ladsky included in his Folly show. It was performed as an instrumental, which did not impress the audience, and so it was quickly dropped from the show. But Berlin, still liking it very much, decided to add lyrics and played it again in another Broadway review. And this time, Variety News Weekly called it the musical sensation of the decade. As is the case with much of Berlin's music, this is the kind of music that makes you want to sing out loud. And since we know that you all know the words, please feel free to sing out and enjoy Irving Berlin's musical sensation of the decade, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Composed in 1841, it follows the plight of the Jews as they were assaulted, conquered, and subsequently exiled from their homeland by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, aka Nebuchadnezzar. It is also the opera that is considered to have permanently established Verdi's reputation. He commented that this is the opera with which my artistic career really begins. And though I had many difficulties to fight against, it is certain that Nabucco was born under a lucky star. Let's all get under that lucky star as the band plays the Nabucco Overture. Stay by George and Ira Gershwin. Written in 1937, Love is Here to Stay was performed in many films, most notably by Gene Kelly in An American in Paris, as part of a romantic storyline. However, because the song contains no gender pronouns, it is thought that the song was possibly about brotherly love, as according to Ira, it was the last song penned by George before his death. And as Michael Feinstein says, it can be read as an eloquent memorial to the brothers and their work together. Along that vein, please welcome to the stage our favorite jazz artist, the very talented and award-winning Miss Donna Singer, to share her interpretation of the poignant Love is Here to Stay. 10-minute intermission after our next piece, during which time you will find refreshments being sold in the lobby to benefit the Boynton Beach High School Band. Please, please, please be sure to buy lots and lots of snacks and give them your support, because they give us an incredible amount of support as you see them running out there to get ready, and they set up and they tear down and they do everything. So please, even if you don't want a snack, buy a snack. In pre-revolutionary Russia, a poor Jewish peasant must contend with marrying off his 3 daughters, while anti-Semitic sentiment threatens his home. This is the story of Tevye in that fabulous, award-winning Broadway show and movie, Fiddler on the Roof. Here for you now is a medley of its most memorable songs: Fiddler on the Roof, Tradition, If I Were a Rich Man, Sunrise, Sunset, and Matchmaker. of our second half, I welcome our conductor, Barbara Rubenstein, back to the podium to thunderous applause. But tonight is different, since our musical director is also an accomplished clarinetist. She wants to join the other licorice stick players to have some fun with this next piece while we welcome to the podium tuba player slash conductor, Mr. David Larrick. Scott Doblin, born in 1868, was an African-American pianist and composer, dubbed the King of Ragtime. He composed more than 40 ragtime pieces. Through his composition, Maple Leaf Rag, he had a steady income. However, his life was far from easy. He and his wife lost their first child. His second wife died 10 weeks after they were married. By 1916, Joplin was suffering from syphilis and descended into madness. In 1917, he was admitted to Manhattan State Hospital, a mental institution, where he died a few months later at the age of 49. He was buried in a pauper's grave that remained unmarked for 57 years. His grave at St. Michael's Cemetery in East Elmhurst was finally honored in 1974. The Entertainer was written in 1902, first as sheet music, then appearing as a player piano role. In 1910, it gained tremendous fame when it was the theme for the music, The Sting, and was performed by Marvin Hamlish. In addition to clarinetist Barbara Rubenstein and conductor David Larrick, we also want to give a shout out to clarinetist Jim St. Clair, who created the instrumental adaptation of this piece that we are performing today. wonderful concert. Okay. How about if we please welcome back to the podium our most talented artistic director, conductor, and clarinetist, Barbara Rubenstein. Instrumental musical tradition that comes from the Ashkenazi Jews in Central and Eastern Europe, originating centuries ago. Its style of exotic melodies and surprise harmonies took hold in America in the 20th century. The melodies have been passed down through the Yiddish culture in Israel, Greece, Poland, Ukraine, and Russia, to name a few. Today's arrangement represents a melting pot of these styles, continuing to be popular at weddings and other social functions, and certainly at band performances. Here is Klezmer Dances. resulted in a varied repertoire of songs which deal with religion, history, festival, and celebrations. The melodies you are about to hear in Shalom represent a variety of subjects and mood. Listen closely as we play 3 separate movements and melodies, portraying a variety of emotions ranging from lamenting to rejoicing. Shalom. to the microphone to say a few words.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Boynton Beach Gold Coast Band, I want to thank you all for bearing through the weather and all the elements out there and spending your dreary Sunday afternoon right here with us. I think you'll agree that in this room there was nothing dreary about it, right? We hope you've been enjoying our presentation of chicken soup and licorice sticks. How about those licorice sticks? Yes. These concerts would not be possible without the help and support of so many people. We want to recognize all the staff here at Boynton Beach Community High School, Principal Dr. Moody Fuller and Assistant Principal Dr. Robert Baker. Thank you to Band Director Ms. Elena Scroggins and her students who have assisted tremendously with setup and ushering. And special thanks to Mr. Yanni up in the tech booth with all the tech support and providing the visual enhancements for today's concert. Thank you very much. I want to also recognize the staff at the First Presbyterian Church of Boynton Beach, which is where we rehearse every Thursday evening. And special thanks to the City of Boynton Beach, Mayor Type and Serga, along with the City Manager and the City Commissioners, as well as Mr. Casey Young and the City's Recreation and Parks Department for their continued support of our band and commitment to keeping the arts alive in Boynton Beach. And last, but certainly not least, a huge thank you to all of our band members and band family volunteers who work so hard behind the scenes on all the tremendous amount of tasks and moving and more moving that has to be done in order to do one of these concerts. Thank you so much. And then what about these outstanding musicians up here on the stage? Right back here on Sunday, April 14th, when we present our final concert of this season, Marching into Spring. And finally, join me in thanking and welcoming back our wonderful Mistress of Ceremonies, Lady Rose.
Okay. I love applause. Our final piece is highlights from West Side Story, the musical retelling of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, written by Leonard Bernstein, who is considered to be one of the most talented and successful musicians in American history. Set in the mid-1950s in New York City's Upper East Side, the music of West Side Story blends the elements of jazz, Latin rhythms, and sophisticated symphonic techniques, just like we did today, into an unforgettable melodies. It is a musical that also does it all, as we have done. We've played everything from Verdi to Joplin, from jazz to klezmer, from Broadway to film, from chicken soup to licorice. So please enjoy our final piece tonight. Here is highlights from West Side Story, featuring a medley of I Feel Pretty, Maria, and Tonight. parking lot as we play our favorite X music. Stars and Stripes Forever. We love you, thank you, and drive safely.